Right. Weird angle, I know. Welcome to Pet Tricks Day. I'd completely forgotten the reason why I wasn't using Zoom much lately, and that is because I can't record from my phone. Probably because don't pay for the subscription anymore. I used to be able to record from it, and now there just is no function to record from it. So now I'm on laptop instead, which means I can't get the angle I want. It's just, but we're here. We're going to get started. So apologies for that, holding everyone up. So if you haven't done any kind of training with me before, I am Jo, and I will be going through some tricks tonight with my three dogs. So the back of which you can see is Ripley. This is Ripley here. Merlin is down here. Pepper is off screen, currently itching her beard, but I'm sure she'll reappear before long. So Pet Tricks Day is today, 30th September. It is a day that I created 5 years ago, and for 5 years we have enjoyed Pet Tricks Day with lots and lots of fun and games, and hopefully you've had a chance to have a look at the main challenge, which is the chin target. You may have had a look at the Pet Tricks bingo and had a few tricks there that you've had a little go at. You can do those just at home on your own, or if you'd like to take part and be in with getting a certificate for your dog and prizes and things like that, then you can just send us a line of worth of photos or videos, or you can do the whole card. That's entirely up to you. And if you're here and you're working with anything but a dog, then obviously still take part. And we have got one specifically for birds, which is Echo's one. And if you have children, we have one for children as well. So if you haven't seen those, have a little look in the emails and you will see them. And here is Pepper. So the idea of Pet Tricks Day is that we think about taking some time to do something fun with our dogs, because so much of our training is about the obedient side, is about having our dogs being close and looking at us and being at heel. And while I like doing obedience, I teach obedience, my dogs all do it. I used to compete in obedience with my terriers, and it is really, really fun. It's very easy to get serious and too serious, and we can get a bit frustrated and our dogs get confused. With tricks, it's very ambiguous. You can tailor each trick for each dog, and how my three dogs do the same trick can be very, very different. Merlin here will be 14 in December, so he does his tricks a little bit, most of the time, a little bit less energy. Sometimes he forgets and just goes mad. Ripley does reasonable energy, but is smaller. And Pepper here does things at 1,000,000 miles an hour, just because she can, and she's a bit younger. She's nearly 3 and Ripley is 7. Not that Ripley had anything to do with it, it's my size. So there are lots and lots, there are so many, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tricks, specific ones. There are tricks that you can then make up, which I'll be getting to in a minute. You can tailor tricks for your dogs. You can choose to not do that, but do this instead. You know, it really is for everyone and for every dog and for every pet. So I'm not going to go through loads of tricks of different pets. I'm just doing dogs tricks tonight. What I wanted to go through was a couple of different levels of tricks, because we've got dogs I know that are taking part that are complete beginners, and we've got dogs that are very advanced, and dogs that are in my online monthly tricks club, that dogs that I train in classes, dogs that have been going through the book. So I know we've got some more advanced dogs here as well. So I don't want to just do the foundation, but I want to have something that everyone can work on. Now, first thing I need to show you is your chin targets, because you should hopefully have had a chance to practice some chin targets. So the chin target, in case you hadn't already seen it, is where chin, yes, is like that, where your dog's chin gets super glued to your hand, pretty much, going by Ripley. Merlin, chin, chin, good boy. And Pepper Potts, can you turn around a bit, or we all got to look at your back? Good girl, chin. Pepper, chin. Yes, good girl. Now, there are lots of ways to change that. Part of the challenge is to maybe try something a little bit different. And I've had some really nice ones already. So you can also do sleepy. Chin target can, when you stop it, can become sleepy head. So that is where, you won't be able to see because Pepper's in the way. Can you go across to there? Can you over? Good girl. And down and sleepy. Sleepy. Yes, is where the head goes right down. You can't see it because of the angle of the computer. Brilliant. Let's move that. Mind out, madam. Good boy. Can't angle the laptop because it will just fall off the thing. Right, back a bit. Down, sleepy. Oh, girl. Are you doing it, are you? Sleepy. Yes. Pepper, sleepy. Sleepy. Yes, good girl. There you go. So that's the sleepy. So there's another version I'm going to show you now, which you can or cannot have a go at. That is entirely up to you. This is for you, Pepper over. So you could do a selfie. Now, a selfie trick, you just need your dog to be high enough that they can put their chin on your shoulder, like so. Good girl. And you can use your chin target or your sleepy target. Pepper, you get off. Pepper, no, off. Just stop. Sleepy. Good girl. Good girl. Chin target? Where's your chin? Chin. Nice. Good girl. Good girl, Pepper Potts. Yes, that's nice. Get off me. Can you do sleepy? Yes, good girl. So it makes for quite a nice little trick. Sleepy? Good girl. Where your dog puts their chin on, well, it was my shoulder, it's becoming my arm rapidly. I know you didn't get anything. There you go, baby. So that's another way of doing the chin target, okay? Now, what I am revealing, so you guys now and people watching this on the recording afterwards, you are the first to find out what the Trick Olympics trick is going to be. So most years when we do the Trick Olympics, it's over a couple of weeks and there are lots and lots of different challenges and you can pick and choose and you get points. And then all the dogs that have got the best points get medals, bronze, silver, gold medals. We are still doing the medals, we're still doing that, but because September has been a difficult one for me, with lots of things going on, it means that we are just doing one trick or one category for the Trick Olympics. So nothing, this hasn't been revealed, not a single person knows what this is yet apart from me and the dogs. So for the Trick Olympics, and I'll be sending all this out to you now after this, what I would like you to do if you want to take part, and again it's all completely free, but we have prizes for this, and we have the medals, the bronze, silver, gold medals. What I would like to see is for you and your dog or your pet to come up with a magic trick. Okay, now I know already of one dog that is joining in that has got a magic trick or the start of a magic trick, and I'm purposely not going to cover that one because I don't want to give that away. But I've got some examples for you and you can use these. This is absolutely fine to do. When I'm judging tricks for anything like this, I'm not looking for a load of dogs to just do the same trick in exactly the same way and it be perfect. I'm looking for a bit of character from the dog. I'm looking to see, you know, can I tell that the dog is new at this, but actually they're giving it a really good go? Is there an element of entertainment in there? Is it fun? Is there something I wouldn't expect? Yeah, maybe use a prop that's unexpected. So it's not just the best dog wins. It's all about thinking about what works for your dog and for you, and what coming up with something that works for you both. Okay, so magic trick wise, there are a few magic tricks about. They might not be classed as magic tricks, but that's what we're going to call them. So let me just head over here. So one magic trick that we can do, put that down there, would be the, normally is done with 3 cups and a little ball, but I'm going to do it with tubs and I'm going to do it with a treat because that's just easier. You can get that, you can have that, and Ripley's going to do it on the table because then you can see her better. So all we do for this magic trick, okay, there, sit, good girl, is we're going to put a treat under one of the pots for your dog to see nice and clearly. So I'm just going to pop these, well, you know, I'm just going to pop them there for you. So I've got 3 different colours as well to make it a little bit easier. Pop that there. Right, Ripley, it's here. Look. That's going under the pot there. Okay. Right, Ripley, sit. Good girl. Then we're going to do the good old shuffle. And we're going to ask our dog to find it. Can you find? Oh, good girl. Is it that one? Yeah. What a clever girl. So that's a magic trick in theory, okay? Obviously, it's an easy trick, but if you've never done it before, it looks quite fun. If you're watching this and you have kids or grandkids, then you might find this is something fun that they like to watch. So it is quite a nice one to have. Right, you go back over there. Now, often when this is taught, you want the treat to always be in the same spot. So for example, it would always be, will you stop it, in the middle spot. Right, stop it. Ripley, can you pour it? Where is it? Pour. for it. Oh, okay, we'll just chuck it on the floor, that's fine. Because that way they learn the trick is you're going to move the things and it's always the middle one. So it doesn't matter what some, doesn't got to be food, whatever you use, they know where it's going to be. Or if you are using food or something that your dog recognises the scent of, then you can then make it harder again, good girl, and do actual swapping of the positions. Right, can you find? It's not there, is it? Where is it? Yes, good girl. Did you get it? I don't know. I don't know if you got it or it fell off. Did it fall somewhere? There you go. I think you may have just got an extra treat out of me, you cheeky bugger. Right. So you can do it like that. Okay. I know you're not getting anything, are you? Oh, Pepper Potts. There you go, baby. Ripley, stop moving. Right, Ripley, find. It's not that one. Find it. Oh, yes, you know. Good girl. So that is your first style of magic trick. So I've only got these because these are not as easy to crush as the plastic cups. So I can obviously reuse them rather than having to bin them straight away. And the plastic cups being that bit taller, they do tend to ping everywhere when you've got dog paws involved. So these can obviously stay flatter unless you've got Ripley pushing them off with her nose. I'll come close again. I can see the quality. The quality of this is really poor. I'm so sorry that this isn't very clear. That will be my laptop lens, I'm suspecting. So that is one trick that you could have a little go at. Hello, Merlin. I know there's nothing in the bowl though. You want to see what's in there? There you go. Find it. Good boy. Can I have my bit of paper though? Right, I meant to get, oh, I might have them in here actually. There was something I meant to get before we start and I forgot, but we'll come on to that in a minute. Yes. So another another trick you can have a go at, and this is less about what your dog does, and it's more just a little bit of a fun visual. And I would say if any of you have got dads, granddads, uncles, or brothers that like magic, there's a high chance you have had this done to you at some point. And what it is, it's the good old, I'm going to get a treat out of your ear trick, which is normally done with a coin. So what you do is you show your dog that there's nothing in your hand. So you put the treat in between your fingers like that, and you'd say, look, there's nothing there. And then you'd go, there it is. What a good boy. And like I say, it's not really anything that involves your dog particularly. Where is it? Oh no, what's this? Yay, it's a good girly. Other than hoping that, you know, working with your dog to make sure they're happy with the touching their ear, etc. So there's nothing there, look. Oh no, what's this behind your ear? Oh, there it is. Good girl. But it's a visual thing. So it's to show other people, look, I can do a magic trick with my dog. There's nothing in my hands. Can you check? Can you check? Yes, ready, ready. Oh, what's that behind your ear? Oh, there it is. What a clever girl. So it's a fun little magic trick. It's something you can do with your dog. Lots of interaction if they like that sort of thing, as you can see Ripley does. And it's just a fun thing to do for other people to see. Here you go. Honestly, Merlin curl. So we'll try it with you, little Pepper Potts. Nothing in my hands. What's this behind your ear? Oh, look, there's a treat. What a good girl. What the hell? I didn't know that could happen. So there's nothing in my hands again. Can you check? Can you check? What's this behind your ear? There it is. Oh, it's like a girly. So fun little trick you could have a go at there. Okay. Now, a trick that does involve your dogs a little bit more and does involve a little bit of training a bit more is the disappearing dog trick sort of thing. So now I got a slightly easier roll with this because my dogs are small. I will have to go off camera a bit for this. Now what you're going to want is a blanket. Merlin likes blankets, by the way. He likes to stand there with his head in them. So you need a blanket big enough for your dog, and then you're going to need somewhere that your dogs can go that's out of sight to the person that's watching. So in my case, I've got the little table here, and I have actually put a bed behind the table. So I've got this section here where you can't see behind. So then what you'd be doing, I won't use Merlin because his hearing isn't great. Look, you find those. Okay, Ripley, come here, come here. Right, sit there. Good girl. Can people see you? Yeah. Okay, Pepper, do it then, because Ripley wandered off. Sit. You sit. And Pepper, in the bed. In the bed. And where's Pepper gone? You're a twit. Yes, you are. There you go. Get it. Where's Merlin gone? I don't know if we can do it with you. I think you're too much of a loony now, aren't you, little old man? Right, I'll try it with Merlin, but I don't think it's going to work with him so well. You can't even see you already. You're not even there. Right, stand there. Okay, you've got Merlin, and we're going to hide Merlin, aren't we? We're going to hide him somehow. Merlin on the bed. Well, he hasn't even seen the bloody treat get thrown. Right, go behind me then. Go round. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's back again. Doesn't work with a dog that doesn't know what's going on. Right, Ripley, go through there. Circle. Wait, 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 wait. Stop. No, let go of the blanket. Tap. Ripley, thank you. Right, come here. God, now I've got too many dogs. God's sake. Ripley, come over here. Go that way. Merlin's solid. Right, I've got no treats left. Come over here. Sit. Sit. Ripley. Merlin? Sit. You've forgotten that word? Right, Ripley's forgotten sit. That's brilliant. Right, Ripley, where are you? So we're going to make Ripley disappear. Ripley, in that bed. Let go of the blanket. You donut. Right, Merlin, go round. Go round. Oh my God, you lot are ridiculous. Right, Ripley, get behind here. It's getting the right assistant is the main part. Right, Merlin, come round. Where's Merlin? Merlin's gone. There we go. He's behind me. So you get the idea. Don't do it with 3 dogs that are absolute lunatics because it just doesn't work that well. There you go. She got it, Pepper. Pepper, it's here. There you go. You get the idea, yeah, you get the gist. So I would suggest trying it before you actually do it on a live TV thing. So you want to work on your dogs being able to be behind a blanket and you ask them to go to a target or your bed or their bed, whatever it might be. Then you try actually having them behind the blanket and asking them to do it. Then you try if you can do it without needing, I don't know what's happening here, without actually needing to point. Then you've got to run to the bed. Potentially laying down if that's needed. Can you let go? Thank you. And then raising it up, ask them to go to the bed. Ta-da! And that's what you would get for your magic trick. So you just need your dogs to have somewhere to go to, or if they're small enough, you might be able to get away with, you might be able to get away with asking them to go behind you or go round. So as they go round behind you and they end up on this side, you move the blanket and say, oh, they've gone. And you could then, if you wanted to, then also then say, well, go around the other way, which is circle for me, and then circle. And they've got, where are they? And they're back again. So you can actually have them reappearing. So they start here, you have the blanket, you ask them to go around and hide them with the blanket here. They've gone. Oh, and go circle, and they're back again. So you could do it that way, or have them go off and hide behind something. Like I say, we obviously haven't practiced that. You've done it in the past. I thought you'd do it again, but not. So that's another one that you could do. Now, the other one I wanted to do with you, I don't think I've got the things I need for it. Oh, sorry, Merlin. I just need Merlin in the head. That was good. Let me just have a quick look down here. I might have it in this pile of bits and pieces. I don't think I have it in the other room, which is not that far away, far enough away. What's that? No. No, I know where it is, but I haven't got it. Okay, so the last one would be the pick a card trick. And you can progress it as much or as little as you like, basically. And what you would do is you would initially teach your dog to take one card. They'll probably take it and drop it, but you can build on that. And then you would spread out a few cards, offer it to your dog, ask them to hold it, take it. You could change the word completely to pick a card if you want. And then there's nothing there done, it just looks like it. And then they take the card. And then from there, you can either just do that and reward them and go, there you go. Or you can take it from them and say, oh, well done. I pretend to shuffle them. Is this your card? You could ask them to take it, show them, give it back to your dog, and then ask them to push it back into the pack or put it back on the pack. Which I've got some dogs in my classes that do that. You could ask them to put it back on the pack and then put their paw on it. You know, can you do that for luck? You can change it to whatever stage that you want, but it's a really nice visual one. And it's just teaching them to take something with their front teeth, basically. I'll see what I've got in this. I've got so much stuff in silly places. I don't know what this is. No, odd bits of paper, we'll use those. So these would be ridiculous size cards for my size dogs. But obviously this is just to give you the idea. So initially you would just ask them to hold it. Yes, good girl. And then reward them for that. That's good. Pepper Pot, can you hold? Tap. Good girl. and then take it back. So you make it nice and easy by just asking them to hold one to start with. Hold it. Yeah, there's more of a hole punch, aren't you, mate? There you go. Then you can actually put a few together like this. You can have them poking out a bit more in places. Ripley, pick a card. Oh, clever girl. Well done. Drops it on the floor. And then you praise your dog for that. And then you can go, that's the card I was hoping for, or something. Yeah. Then you can build it up further if you want. So Peppa, pick a card. Oh, you've got one each. Excellent. Well done, girls. Honestly, good girl. But you can ask them to take a card. Can I have it? Ta, ta. Good. Right, you're looking at it. Is this your card? Yay! So you could do something like that. Okay, so you get the gist, yeah? So it can be actual playing cards if you want it to be. I have a deck of cards that I use for this for my dogs. So I don't know what they're doing. Surprisingly, you can have this tiny bit of whatever that is. I've got laundry. Or you can create your own cards, just make something out of cardboard. Or you can, obviously, if you wanted to buy a pack of cards for this. I have large cards for this, again, it's the visual thing more than anything else, and also because I've got small dogs, it just looks humorous having ridiculous sized cards. Here you go, you have that, my lovely boy. You want this? No, you like this, don't you? Salmon and lamb jerky. Wow. So there's a few ideas of a magic trick for you. Like I say, there is another one that I would love to show you. I haven't done it with my dogs, but I have seen it being done, and I'm hoping that they will enter. Just a little nudge for you there, and because you know who you are, and that gives you some ideas, hopefully, for some tricks for you to try out. Right, let me just get this up here. Oh, we're doing well, guys. We've got loads of time still. So when we're looking at different types of tricks, we want the tricks to be something that our dogs can enjoy doing. So we want to work to their strengths as much as we can. So for example, if your dog already knows, turn around a little bit, how to give paw, then you could extend a give paw to a high five, for example. So if they know paw, like so, if you turn your hand slightly and lower it, 5. No, I don't want your face. I want 5. Okay, that wasn't quite what I wanted, but that's close enough. All right, can you get down? I want Merlin to get up. It's his turn. Don't panic. Just turn around, darling. Whee, there you go. Up there. There you go. Good boy. So we can get a paw from Merlin. Yeah, good boy. And then 5. Yes. So you hold it a bit higher. Okay. Now he's all working on body language. I don't need to say 5. It just sounds handy. 5. Yes. Good boy. And then what you can do, because initially your dog will just place, if that's what they normally do with the give paw. So the difference is that's a paw. Yeah. Low down. Don't push him, Ripley. That's not nice. And then 5. Yes. Good boy. What you can then do to make it into an actual high five is when the paw comes up, as if paw, if you push slightly, 5, good boy, they'll tend to, he's not, but he'll tend to push back. I don't think it helps that Ripley's about to push him onto the floor, really. Does it? She's horrid. Do 5? Yes, good boy. There you go. Do you think we can swap to the other side again? 5? Yes, push. So you push and they push back. And then gradually what happens is you go 5 and you get an actual push. It looks different to dogs just sort of draping their paw on your hand. So if you've got a give paw already, you can extend that to a high five. Don't make it up here to start with. You want to make it just that your hand is lower. Yes, good boy. And they just reach out, and then gradually you can lift it a bit higher, depending on your dog. Now, Merlin doesn't sit very much because it's a little bit sore for him with his arthritis in his hips. So he does it from a stand. However, can we get you on the floor? No. Right, let's go. Right, Ripley, can you come off? Well done, Pepper. You come off as well. Pepper, come on, off. Right, Merlin, onto this bed. Bed, off. Yeah, good boy. There you go. But if you have them in a sit, 5, yay! Then often your dog will be able to reach that little bit higher because they're sitting back slightly more and they've got more balance. So then you could try going a bit higher. You can take it further again. This is not something I do with my dogs. Yeah, I know, Pepper. It's not something I do with my guys. but I have seen it and taught it with other dogs before now. Pepper Potts, you coming up? Up. My men's face, please. Good girl. And that would be to get it on one paw, then the other paw. Okay. So Pepper, 5, 5, paw. Which paw? Have I not taught you this? Naughty mama. Clever girl, aren't you? Might not get it with you then. 5. Yes, good girl. And 5, 4. Which paw? Yes. Good. Technically, you'd say give me 4, but 4 and paw sound very similar. And then if they can do that, then what you can ask for, sit and paws up. You can ask for 2 of them. Do paws? 5, 4. Which is 4? And this 4? Whee! What the hell? You can ask for them both. Now, bear in mind, when they do both, they are actually pivoting the body, the upper part of the body, using the core. So it's this area here and the lower back. So if your dog has got any back problems at all, if they've got any stomach problems at all, also pelvis, hips and knees, anything that's weaker or hurts, don't try doing that because you're getting them to be unsupported. It's basically a beg, a sit pretty, but pushing their paws out. Now, I have also seen dogs doing this on their back legs. Again, not something that's ideal, but if it's only done every now and then, your dog's warmed up, it's not the end of the world, okay? And some dogs like being on the back legs, but they're not meant to be. They're not designed to be on the back legs for a long time. So you could do something along those lines if you really wanted to, but I've only ever stuck with high 5, like I say, because Merlin's had luxating patella, Ripley's tiny, Pepper's got a long body, so I just want to protect them for the sake of a trick. So that's something you could do. If your dog's already got a give paw, you could try a high 5. That is another stage that you can work on. Now, hello, darling, you're such a good girl. We've already got the selfie one that we mentioned earlier, which is another version of the chin target that you can have a work on as well. You could go. Hey, you make it go. She's young, I think so. Then what we can have a look at is extending things like the paw into something like a paw wrap. So I know people here, some will have done a paw wrap before. If you haven't done a paw wrap before, you will need something for your dogs to wrap. So a pole of some sort. I'll try and get up now. So the pole needs to be relevant to your size dog. So I do have here a cardboard tube. That's going to work for Pepper. Might be difficult for Ripley because she's only got little legs. But I could use that if I absolutely needed to. Or I happen to have over here, underneath a load of stuff, the net that we've used when the conures were on sets doing a photo thingy. And I needed it just in case they got away, but they didn't. So that has a pole. You see, the pole is a perfect size to what we want, isn't it, my guys? And so what we can then do, what I'm going to do is just shift this around a tiny bit because you don't really need to see the corner of the sofa, particularly. Right, where's my Merlin? No, not Merlin. Merlin, go on, you can get out of that bed. Good boy. Oh, hello. I've got a message come up. Yes, I know that. Right, thank you. So I've got messages from Zoom. Okay, so where's Merlin gone? Then what we can do is I can ask him to do a paw wrap. Other paw wrap. Yes, good boy. Stop eating that. Trying to eat the pole. You donut. Onto a thing. I can then extend that onto something like my leg. Can you wrap? Good boy. Hope you can see that okay. Good boy. And then we can extend it further and further and further. Okay. So the way that you would work on that, if you haven't done this before, is assuming your dog has learnt a paw, good girl, you decide what paw you're going to be using. You're going to use your pole at a bit of an angle and you're going to ask for the paw. Ripley, no, paw, and let it land on the pole. Yeah, so I put my hand out, my pole is ready. When Ripley went to put her paw out, I let my hand go out the way, so it rested on the pole instead, and then you praise them for doing that. If you click a train, oh, right, so I've got a message at the top corner again. If you click a train or you use a yes word, then you would use that as they touch the pole. So Ripley, can you paw? Where's your paw? Can't say paw. Stop it. Paw. Yes. So as soon as they touch the pole with their foot, that's what you would praise. Always have it at an angle at this stage, and then what gradually will happen is the paw will land on the pole. Can you paw it? Yes. And they'll overhang it. Mind yourself. It will start overhanging. Okay. When you have the pole nice and close, they'll reach and the paw will drop. When you're getting that regularly and they're not trying to reach for your hand anymore, that's when you start lifting it upright and upright and upright. And what happens is your dog goes to do the paw, Pepper goes to do the paw, but they go, oh, slipping. So then they wrap. And that's how you get the wrap, and then you can have the pole more upright. Okay. So ripply chippily, back a little bit before you fall off. When you do a wrap, yay, good girl. So they know what a pole is for. Can you wrap? What a clever girl. And then you end up with that. Okay, so it's a process. Start off small. So start off, treat my mouth with the pole here. Ask for paw, do paw. Then ask for paw and let your hand come out the way so that it lands on here. Then have this closer to your dog, ask for paw so it starts to overhang. When it overhangs, start lifting it more and more and more each time. So then gradually they go, oh, I'll have to do that. I don't want it to come down. I want to get the treat. And then at some point while their paw is here, you change it from paw to wrap, your wording. You change the wording, okay? Because you don't, otherwise you end up with that as opposed to a wrap. Now, you can then change that. So as I showed you, you can get your dogs to do a paw wrap around your leg, but you can also get them to paw wrap other things as well. Okay, so Ripley, I'm going to swap you for Pepper Potts because you've done a very good job. Good girl. Right, hey Pepper. So places that your dogs can give a paw wrap to include your arm. Pepper, Pepper, I've got it here. Look, baby, it's here. Can you wrap? Yes. Wrap properly. Oh, we're doing a shy. We don't want that. We want sleep. That's it. Good girl. So we can get a paw wrap on your arm. You kind of have to adjust where things go and just see again what works for you. What are you doing up here, little old man? Hey, you're a funny fish. Right, let's get you down. Let's grab some treats again. I've got in my Murphy bag. I have some treats. What we got? Try some of these. Yes. Yes, I think so. There. Oh, sorry, baby boy. Now then, Pepper Potts, come on. Whoa. There you go, darling. Right, Merlin, Ripley. Good. So it's exactly the same idea, but they should have an idea of what wrap means. Pepper? No, wrap. Wrap. Good girl. And then we can ask them to do things. I know she's been learning to do shy, which is shy, off, shy. No, off. Where's your paw? Stop it. Uh-huh. Paw. Yes, shy. Yay. Good girl. Shy. Pepper. Shy. We're shy. Yes. That's a bit mental. So gradually she'll do that on her own, but at the minute she's being supported. You're a good girl. If they can do that with your arm, with your leg, they can obviously do it with other parts of the body, so you can be at a different angle. Hello. Can you do a wrap, Pepper? Pepper? Right, wrap. Where's your paw? Oh, good girl. Weren't easy, was it? If they can do that, then we need. Hello, Merlin. We can use other items. I just haven't got anything I want to particularly use at the minute. What have I got over here? Oh, hello. Stuff. Thank you. So, if you've then got something that stands upright, hello, you can ask them to do it with something that stands upright. This is not going to stay up on its own, however. Are you ready? You wrap. That's not quite. Just turn it that way. Can you wrap? Wrap. Close. Right, wrap. Yes, good girly. Good. Well done. Pepper, can you go down there? Thank you, Ripley. It was lovely. Pepper, get it. Find it. Find the treat. Not you. Oh, Ripley. Come off. Right, Merlin. You like a paw wrap? Can you? No. Can you wrap? Good boy. So you start off by holding the item, asking for the wrap. Wrap. Merlin. Wrap. Wrap. No, not that foot. Wrap. Where's your wrap? Paw wrap. Wrap. I know I'm on the wrong side to do that, poor sweetheart. Right, stay there. No one can see now. Yeah, good boy. Okay, you want to do that one again. Wrap. Yeah, good boy. And then gradually you'd be able to just have it completely upright. Merlin, wrap. Paw, wrap. Stop doing that. Wrap. Where's your wrap? Wrap. Mm. Yay, he's a good boy. Bless him. Bless that little old man. And you can then ask them to do it from further away. So, for example, if in the garden you've got a parasol on a parasol base, you could ask them to do it. You won't need to hold it. If you've got posts in the garden or the post for a washing line or a rotary line, you'd be able to use something like that. I did have, when we had a for sale sign years ago, I did some pictures of Merlin doing a paw wrap. And we'd put the sign on a very small pole, and so he was paw wrapping with the sign there, and I sent that off to the people, which they found quite amusing. So you'd be able to use it for lots of other things. It means you could then ask for a paw wrap with maybe something with flowers in, and that would look quite cute. So if they can do it without needing you to be really close to them, it means you can get out the picture. It means you can ask them to think about what they're doing, and you can build it up again. Okay, so if you have already got paw, work on a paw wrap. If you have a paw wrap, see what your dogs will actually do a wrap with. Will they do a wrap for someone else? So if you send them to that person or ask them to go around that person and then do a paw wrap, will they paw wrap that person's leg or that person's arm? Again, it does depend on the size of your dog. So if I had a much taller dog, I would probably ask them to wrap different things. I might ask them to do like a chair leg or something like that. So you know, you can build it up however you want to. So I didn't have anyone asking about any tricks in particular. So I've just kind of gone with some general ones for you. However, if you have any questions about any of these tricks, pop me a message through. You should have all the information on how to contact us by now. And just ask, and I will either just reply, and I'll use it as a Q&A, so I'll send it out to everyone, but I'll keep you anonymous unless you aren't bothered. Or I might even make a little video and send it out depending on what the question is. So you've got the chin target and the sleepy for Pet Tricks Day. Obviously, you've got the bingo. We have the Trick Olympics launching today. You've got the first look at it, which is come up with a magic trick, and you have a few examples that you could try using any of them. You can adapt them. You can come up with your own. And then we've got a couple of tricks there for you to work on. So you've got things like paw, high five, and then paw wrap. So I hope that's given you a few things to work on. Let me just look at where we are. Less than a minute. There we go. It's because I'm on the free Zoom, so and it kicks you out after 45 minutes. But if I had loads of questions, then I would have just said, right, everyone, come out, just come straight back in. We'll carry on. That was Ripley. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching on the replay, and thank you for taking part in Pet Tricks Day. There is more stuff to come. You've got until the 15th of October to take part in all of the bits and pieces to get your prizes and certificates, etc. And I will send this out on the replay for the emails. So let me know how you're getting on. Tag us on your social media. Send us your tricks. If you're happy for me to post them, let me know.